Very good morning to you from the Crucible Theatre here in Sheffield. It's the 2013 Betfair World Snooker Championship. It is the semi-finals. In the next few minutes, the defending champion Ronnie O'Sullivan will resume his match against the man you can just see leaving the practice tables here at the Crucible, Judd Trump. And they treated us to an enthralling first session.
It's very, very special today. There's that magnificent arena with the one table. That's every snooker player's dream, to play under these conditions here. That's a terrific shot. Not bad, is it? Not bad at all. Oh, we've got a re-spotted black in the second frame. And in it goes. And it's one each.
What a great shot from Ronnie O'Sullivan there.
Ronnie O'Sullivan will be delighted with this opening session, leading 3 frames to 1. He's played a cracking shot here. That is one of his specials. Oh, what a shot. Around the houses. Have a look at this shot. Have a look at this little beauty. What about that? And he closes the gap. It's 4-3 to Ronnie O'Sullivan. Wow. Have a look at that cue ball as well. All square. 4 frames each.
That first session yesterday at the Crucible had absolutely everything. Stephen Hendry will be commentating on this one. He joins me now just very quickly before the match starts. Stephen, a very good morning to you. It's set up beautifully, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. At 4-4, it's this morning's session is going to be fantastic. Ronnie O'Sullivan, I was commenting yesterday, sort of raced a 4-1 lead, virtually unopposed, really. But I was so impressed with Judd Trump the way he came back to 4-4. It's probably the best 3 frames I've seen him play live. His long potting was immense, his safety play was good, so it's going to be really interesting the first couple of frames this morning. How
important is it that Judd gets off to a good start this morning, Stephen, simply because Ronnie's not been behind it in this championship?
Exactly, and obviously Ronnie been out for 12 months. We don't know how fragile he might be if he goes behind. He's not been out of his comfort zone in that respect so far in the championship. So, yeah, I think even as every session, the first couple of frames is so important.
But you were impressed yesterday. We know that Judd is a terrific potter. I mean, he's been smashing a few balls in here this morning on the practice table. But also his strategic game yesterday is happy to engage in the tactical battle with Ronnie.
Yeah, well, obviously he had that great frame against Sean Murphy in the previous round when it was 12-12, and he showed he's maturing, which you would expect. As you play more seasons, get more experience, play more big matches, you do learn the right shots to play. I mean, he's still going for his shots. Don't get me wrong. Some of the long pots in the Cooper, I've never seen anything like it yesterday.
Stephen, thank you very much indeed. Enjoy this match. It is set up absolutely magnificently. 2 of the world's best snooker players about to walk into this wonderful arena. So let's join Rob Walker.
Thanks, Jason. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. They couldn't be any more talented, it couldn't be closer, and the match could barely be any more important. Welcome to the second instalment of this epic Betfair World Championship semi-final. A packed house here once again at the Crucible. It is going to be absolutely electric. Please welcome a player who stormed onto the big stage 2 years ago here with a bold attacking run to the final. He has matured as a player since then, producing a great comeback against Sean Murphy in the quarterfinals and drawing level yesterday from 4-1 down. Here he is, with his own brand of naughty snooker, the pride of Bristol, the ace in the pack, Judd Trump! And his opponent, an absolute genius with a cue in his hand. Some of his snooker at this tournament has been sublime. You'd never know he'd been away for 11 months. Winner of 24 ranking event titles in all. If this is to be his swan song, he wants to bow out in style. So please welcome the defending world champion. Blink and you'll miss him, the Rocket, Ronnie O'Sullivan!
So here we go. Remember, it's Judd Trump who leads the career head-to-heads by 5 wins to 4, although Ronnie won their last meeting back in 2012. It's the best of 33 frames. This is the second session. Good morning to Stephen Hendry then, and to John Virgo. Morning, John.
Morning, Jason. Morning, everybody. What an atmosphere we've got here. 10 o'clock in the morning, Sheffield.
Frame9, Ronnie
And
O'Sullivan.
there's excitement in the air. This the second of the 4 sessions, and a big one this, Stephen, I believe. I think Judd's got to hang on in there.
Yeah, absolutely, John. I think the first couple of frames in any match are important, but especially against O'Sullivan. But as I was saying at the top of the show, so impressed with Judd yesterday. 4-1. Like Ronnie might be starting to run away with it, but his character, focus, determination not to let Ronnie get away was tremendous.
Yeah, just looking at the pot success, 94% Ronnie, below 90% for Judd, so that just endorses what you say. He did very well to level those first 8 frames. Long pot success, that's pretty good from both players. And safety, well, that's very low on Ronnie's part. Not much better on Judd's. Ronnie turning down the chance of a pot on that long red. Good safety shot that from Judd. I think what you also said at the top of the show is true, that Judd's realised that you just can't win by potting ball. In fact, there's only one player I've ever seen done that, and that was yours truly. And I'm not saying that just because you're here. But you've got to play decent safety. And that's a mistake from Ronnie.
Now he can take this red on for the pink into the right centre. Doesn't look like he's leaving much on. Should he miss it? Only perhaps the red that he's playing. But oh no, he loves to pot these and screw the cue back all the way back up the table. Oh, that doesn't fill you with much confidence when you miss your first long ball by that distance.
No, and more so that he wasn't trying to do a lot with the cue ball. He was trying to hold it there for the pink. I suppose we can forgive him, but he's been on the practice table probably for an hour this morning, so he'd have been knocking in a few of those. Only trying to get this cue ball in behind the green. Needs to cover the red in the balk end. Well, he has covered the red in the balk end, but he's left this pot on. Now you see it. Thin cut, but it's possible. Well, too thin.
It's amazing, isn't it? As you say, he has been on the practice table. He was in there when I was there at the top of the show, and it's amazing how different it is out here. As soon as you get into the bear pit, pots just don't look the same. There
it is. It's absolutely Well, we keep going on about the atmosphere. Whoa, what a mistake that is from Ronnie. What a mistake that is. Looked a simple snooker behind the yellow. He's left the red on. Well, that's a gift of the chance. That cue ball needs to slow up, though, if he's going to be on a colour. Needs to slow up. Well, he's only going to get the 1 point, but no prizes for guessing what's going to happen next.
Judge on 1.
Only the 1, but Ronnie will do very well now to get this safe, trying to escape from the snooker. I mean, the obvious red you'd like to lay on is the one that's closest to the left corner pocket, but how do you get there? The blue and pink in the middle of the table, the twice across doesn't look as though it's on. He's in a spot of bother here, and it's all because he didn't get the snooker behind the yellow.
Yeah, at this level of snooker, you've got to keep your unforced errors to an absolute minimum. One mistake may seem unimportant at the time, but it can change matches.
Well, he's going to have to hit this absolutely inch perfect. Absolutely inch perfect. What a line. What a line. Brilliant shot. That blue and pink in the middle of the table must have looked like footballs to him. But he found the gap, and he couldn't have done much better than that. Well, Judd, sort of half-hearted attempt at the pot, but the one thing you should have been certain of is getting that cue ball back to the baulk cushion. He's left Ronnie a long red on here. As I say, half-hearted attempt, more concerned with getting the cue ball up the table, but didn't get it far enough. Well, it was close, and Ronnie would have expected, if he got close to the jaws, that the red had stayed at this end of the table. Amazingly enough, it's run up and left Judd an easy starter.
1.
Just overscrewed for the blue, but he's got pink as second option.